So before I tell you what my question would be, I want to mention that I have actually had the experience of meeting with the chancellor and standing up to him. When the Wheeler occupation occurred, there was a situation where we had students occupying Wheeler, as most of us know, and the chancellor wanted to send in the police. He wanted to send in the riot gear, pull those students out, and take them to jail. I was in California Hall, I was in the chancellor's boardroom, and the chancellor turned to me and said, "I want to arrest these students." And I turned to him and I said, "No." I told him, if you try to arrest these students, you'll have a riot on your hands, students will get hurt, and the well-being of our campus will be negatively affected. I want to make sure that at any time I need to, I will be standing up to our chancellor if students' interests are being violated. Now, what question would I ask the chancellor right now? I would ask him, how is he going to empower our students to get through this crisis? You know, I don't want to lead you on and say I'm going to solve this budget crisis by myself. We all know it's an economic recession, but what I want to do is make sure students are being heard. You know, this is our education, and why hasn't the chancellor been meeting up with the entire campus, asking for our input and involving us in the difficult decisions that must be made? You know, there are things that the chancellor I know is unaware of. You know, this year, the chancellor tried to cut our 24-hour libraries and took the work of our current president to remind him that 24-hour libraries during finals are something we really value. Okay, this is the kind of action I want to take, is by making sure that our students are involved in these tough choices, because tough choices will be made, and if it's our education, I know that we need a seat at the table for those conversations. Thank you.
First off, I'd like to say I know Bergeneau is from Canada, University of Toronto specifically, and I know that fool has some dank shit, alright? I would ask him where he got it. Anyway. Alright. So what we were doing before was we were looking at a deficit of the ASUC in terms of a monetary value, and then we also discussed the deficit of trust, which we cannot measure. It's unfortunate, I know, but you know what? I am the only presidential candidate who can offer a solution. In terms of a monetary value, and in terms of a trust value. There's only a few people in this world who you can trust, and that is your bros, and your drug dealer. So what can we do to save the ASUC? Thank you. Turn the auxiliary and the MLK Student Union into a beer distributor and marijuana dispensary. We all know this is a recession, and during a recession, the sales of those objects go up. Label the axes up. Hence, really? You guys got the times this year. This sucks. All right, we'll continue.
Okay, the order for the last question is Chad, Noah, Talia, Eunice.
This is the last question. What? I already know what to say. Chill, bro. God.
The ASUC Auxiliary and the ASUC as a whole is still facing severe financial strain, including the possibility of draconian cuts to some services. What is the #1 issue that must be immediately addressed in order to ensure the ASUC's financial solvency for next year? What is the #1 issue that must immediately be addressed in order to ensure the ASUC's financial solvency for next year?
Well, I really read you fools like a book, didn't I? Well, crap, I already outlined this budget problem already. And outlined a solution. Jesus, just elect me now. Alright. Alright, it's the time series. Anyway, so what we have. Martin Luther King Marijuana Dispensary. It's King Dispensary. Awesome. Best in the East Bay. Chill,
no, it's
bro.
hella funny, man.
Anyway, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is a surplus, which we can use to fill this hole, of course. And the ASUC will have a viable commercial solution capable of giving its students actual money, to run their student programs. God, I already answered this.
Take off that bread.
That's actually still illegal. Oh crap.
So is marijuana, sir.
What?
So is marijuana, sir. Illegal.
Y'all are interrupting right now. This is not chill. All right. Anyway, so where would that leave us? Oh wait, fees. Oh, that's such a big surplus that would fill that hole and then some. We'd be in the black for a while. That fees could be eliminated. Free. Hold on. And then every student in the campus would be happy. But wait a minute. Well, sorry. Hey, sorry. Hold on. I forgot. This is Berkeley.
So the easiest way that we can improve our fiscal situation is to generate revenue. Right now, a lot of the businesses that we are operating have failed to generate revenue for a number of years, and a lot of us know this. That's why there's been such a push to fill the vacant spaces in our Bears Lair food court so we can find businesses that will really bring money to our student organizations. The key thing to remember is any revenue that we generate as a student government goes directly back to students. If we can bring that loss into green, into profits, that will benefit our student groups. That means better shows, that means better programs, that means better events. So we need to find a way to do this. As president, I will make sure to fill our vacant spaces as quickly as possible. Maybe we need restaurants, or maybe we need other options. Maybe a bicycle store, maybe a printing shop. Some other way. We need to get creative to find new sources of revenue. I also think we should improve the revenue generation that we have already. We actually have a contract with Coca-Cola that is with the entire university, that Coca-Cola is our primary beverage sponsor for the university. Right now, they're actually not paying the ASUC any of that bargain. And that negotiation is up for renegotiation next year. We need to make sure that the ASUC is getting that funding that right now is being siphoned off to RSSP and Cal Athletics. Also, I want to make sure that if we do manage to generate revenue, that we can offer services for free that right now we must charge for. Let's make them free. One example I can think of is ASUC lecture notes. That's something that a lot of students use, a lot of students value, and it shouldn't be something we have to charge for. I want to make sure that our ASUC is profiting so we can provide our students with vital resources and allow them to put on the programs they want to see and provide free services that students really value. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't want to seem too negative, but we're in a state of crisis. I went to the UC Regents meeting March 23rd, and they are not laying off the fee hikes. This is the 32%, that's not the end. They're planning a built-in fee hike of 10 to 15% every year starting July. What does that mean? That means a lot of students here are not going to graduate or are not going to have enough money to go to graduate school. This is a serious problem, and we need serious leaders to lead a movement that will catch the public education that is slowly slipping away from our fingers, because it's becoming more and more private every time the fee increases. So please do this with me. Clench your fists and hold it up, because we are not going to let our public education slip out of our fingers. This is student power, and we can win.
Yes.
Okay. So I agree that we need to generate revenue, but as we're generating revenue, it doesn't really help if we don't know what to do with the money once we get it. Right now, I've spent a couple hours looking at the auxiliary budget just this morning, and there's all these miscellaneous expenses, and I have no idea what they are. And I've been to the store operations board and I've asked them, what are they? And they don't know what they are. What we need is a fiscal auditing to figure out where our money is going. It's not even just like hundreds of dollars, it's tens and thousands of dollars that are going to these miscellaneous expenses, and we don't know where it's going. We need a fiscal auditing. That's something that hasn't taken place in the auxiliary, in the ASUC, because of some loophole that they found. And I will actually personally be willing to advocate for something like that, because I believe that before we can generate revenue and use that money effectively, we need to learn how to handle our budget. Also, I believe that the Cal Lodge is losing something. I hear 40,000, then I hear 100,000 net worth. It's losing a lot of money. We need to make big decisions. And I know I keep saying this, but popular decisions aren't always the right decisions. And maybe we need to sell it. The housing market's bad right now, but I really feel like we need to make a big decision about this because it's just bleeding money. I agree with my opponent when he says that we need to make revenue. I agree that we need to get those spaces in the Bears Lair field. We need to get the store operations board to make these decisions, but we also need to make sure that it's a fair process. We need to make sure that it's a process with student input. And when students are coming in by like tens and by hundreds protests. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the ASUC should stop spending and wasting students' money. I agree that we should make money, and I also agree that we should sell off our assets.